This guy was a complete psycho. Now, there's plenty of them online. We know we need to avoid them, especially in racing games. If you played Gran Turismo, if you played Forza, if you played iRacing, which is this one, which impacts you more if people crash into you, because it not only does it ruin your whole race, but it also tanks your whole rating down, which ruins your races from then on, and it's a downward spiral of pain and misery, and anyone that plays iRacing knows that. So these guys are in Call of Duty. They're little idiots running around, Minecraft, whatever it is, doing their own thing. You can tell they're plebs, not to be mean, but they are. And you can, you just avoid it the best you can, but sometimes they come in and impact you more. So in Call of Duty, for example, they start feeding the other team, or League of Legends, the other team starts getting really strong, get the kill streaks, everyone dies, and it impacts you. And you have to deal with it. In this video, we're going to look at this guy. Oh my God, I can't believe it. So we're in a racing game here, iRacing. This is Lime Rock Park. This first corner here is crazy because you're coming in, you got to brake really sharp, or like turning as you do it. And you can see one corner, but then it also keeps going and then like into another corner. So it's like two corners in one. A lot of people go off the track there and crash, and then you go straight into this one where you go swerve to the other side of the track into this corner. So one of the passing spots, you can try and get people here, but it's pretty hard to do. There's not many passing spots on this track, I'll be honest. Hug it tight. You can come across, get right over this side, crack it in. Again, another big crash spot here. Everyone likes to go out and see the old man's shed over there, or this one here. They like to go for that rather than stay on the track. Flat the way down here, if that's a saying. There's a chicane here, and that's the actual layout I have for this track, which was the wrong one, all right? But just ignore that. We go around the corner, we hit the up ski jump here. As you can see with my reenactment of the animation of the camera work. Yes, flawless because cars land and they jump again because that's physics. Drive even faster. Very cool. Into this corner around the back here. And this is the layout. It's a short little track. So you can imagine that anyone that might be way behind, not even racing you, could get in the way, couldn't they? And that might be a spoiler for what's about to happen later in the race. Down the hill, last corner, get a good run, slipstream up the back of them. And that's the layout. Let's see how the race goes.
Exit, you can push now. We've got 2 laps to get the job done, mate.
Before we go into the race, we first have to look at the qualifying, don't we? Because if we go well here, you get to start at the front of the grid. You're going to have most of the carnage and trouble and tears and misery if you start in the middle or even further towards the back, because you've got way more cars around you. So the goal here, we get 1 lap to just, you know, warm it up, go around the track nice and quick. As the tyres get warmer, you go a little bit quicker because they stick to the road better. And you want to get this last corner perfect here. As you come down, you want to get a perfect run and not go wide. And what do? Go wide. Anyway, first lap here. And again, we're just going to stuff this whole thing up because we're already on a good roll of that. So why not? This one's looking not too bad, first of all. But like I said, you're trying to get first on the grid. So if we go the fastest lap here, you get 2 tries. Well, then that's going to be really good for the start of the race, isn't it? So we're going to go for that position 1. And look at that. We need to try and get to the inside of the turns, and it's just not happening. So this whole lap is just gone already. Because we're going to be slow off the pace. Hit the jump. Oots. Oh, the jump, we come around. 2 corners to go. And now it's all about just getting a decent corner here. This time, hopefully this last one will be okay. And I mean, it's not too bad. Up the straight we go. We're pushing it now, boys. Look at that. 120, 133, 137, 130, 40, 145 miles per hour. Brake at the 3.
P2. That lap time was 50.4.
Now it says P2, but not everyone's gone just now, so don't get ahead of ourselves. Not everyone's finished their laps. And we're on the sticks, but no off track. If we were to get an off track, and it comes up with a 1X at the top, that would have cancelled the whole lap. So we're pretty lucky there, I'll be honest. Again, we're just like missing every inside of the corners possible around here. And there's not many of them, so good job, but better than the first lap still. And we hit the jump. It's probably one of the most fun corners. Well, it's meant to be fun. It's not going to be in this race, but one of the most fun corners in any racetrack there is. And down we go. Pretty stable, pretty chill. And across the line we go. So 50.1. Not too bad. Puts us on 3rd place. But first place goes nowhere. We made contact. I don't know how that even happened. Look at that. We're on 4 instant points out of 17. We get 17. We get a penalty. We're going to try and push this guy wide around the outside. And so far, boys, this is looking good. This is looking good. Everyone's getting held up behind us. And we're just going to let him pass here because we're going to end up in the sticks. I can see that already. We've got KSI his face we're going to look at the whole time here because on the back of Wei Hong Wong, back of his car. So we're going to stick with him. And we're just going to show you the highlights today rather than hold you up the whole time. But we'll skip ahead. We'll skip ahead at times. I'm just trying to make sure I show you the good stuff. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these different scenes. Now, we're trying to keep up behind him here and get a good run on the juice here. Look at that. We're pretty close to him because he'll punch a hole in the air up straights like this. And look at it. Closer, closer, closer. And looking back, I should have probably sent it up the inside of him there. To be honest, I don't like doing things on the first lap because that's when everyone likes to crash. But we're just going to keep going anyway. We're more like a second lap Larry rather than a first lap Freddy. You know what I mean? Alright, we're just trying to keep up with him here. About the same pace. And we're looking at rear vision, boys. And we've got the good layout for you up in the top there. We've got a big screen on this thing. Oh, we can. Look at that. So you can see the nice view up in the corner here. Look at that. Missing the corner again. That's like our specialty, isn't it? Now he's going to get away from us, and this is where it all starts to unfold. In a bad way. Either way, just trying to keep up with Wei Hong Wong here with KSI all over his car. Just try and keep kissing KSI right in the nose, you know? Or put your nose onto KSI. Either way, this sounds weird, doesn't it? But we're going to try and get right close. Stay behind this guy. Because if we let him get away, it's going to be really hard to keep up with him. Now, he's a little bit washy all over the place. I mean, we can't talk. We don't like to hit the inside of corners properly.
The track temps increasing. It's now 42 Celsius.
But here we go. We're pushing. Now, that guy's... The crew chief's saying that the track's getting a little bit hotter. So we know that heat is no good. Because it gets a little bit slippery. Plus, it's going to wear our tyres out more. And as you can see, like nearly every corner on this track is a right-hand turn. So the outside tyre is going to be screwed, you know. 30 lap sprint, 30 laps, always turn right. Here we are skipping to 5 laps in. Now we close the gap back on this guy again. Look at that nice camera work up in the corner. I actually do like that view a lot. Anyway, gives you another perspective of what's going on. You can see we're 1 seconds, 1.1, 1.8, 2.7. These guys behind us are pretty far away. If you start getting like 1 second to 1.5 seconds away, you start to lose that air advantage where they punch a hole in the air and closes back up. So we're making sure that we want to stay pretty close to this Wei guy here because we want the advantage on this straight here of him helping us kind of slingshot up behind him a little bit. Lap down the main straight, and I picked up one thing here that we seem to be a bit better.
In front is now.
See how we get a bit closer to him?
New fastest lap for Wong, 49.9.
49.9.
Sectors 1 and 2. You need to find a 10th in sector 3.
Alright, crew chief just tells us how slow we are, but it's fine, boys. We're just going to a nice cruisy race. Second here would be awesome. You know how many points we're going to get for the championship and like how much good they'll do for our ELO or matchmaking rating, MMR, whatever you want to call it. They call it iRating in this game. Hit the jump. Nice and chill. You notice I'd like to back off over there because I've learnt the hard way. If you're mashing the pedal in the air there, you start to spin the tyres in the air, and then when you land, you go into a burnout. And we see it later in the video, a guy likes to do that. We're going to jump across to 18 laps in here. So it's been just lap after lap, trying to keep up with him. You see he's a little bit away from us.
The gap behind is now.
But the real focus, guys, the real focus here. See the blue names in the relative. That means that these guys are a lap down. We're just so damn quick, and this happens all the time. All the time. That's sarcasm. But we are going pretty quick this race. These guys have had some unfortunate circumstances, and we are slowly getting closer and closer. And look, Rudolph is in the pits. That's a name you want to remember for this race. Rudolph Dombrowski. That's exactly how you pronounce it. Rudolph Dombrowski. we shouldn't be mean. But he will come back to give us some interesting aspects of this race later on. But again, we're getting close. 7.9 seconds away until we have to pass the first back marker, they're called, where they're actually way at the back of the field. So far that we're about to come around and overlap them. Completely lap them. For the first time in this race. We only got like 11 laps to go, so they're not too far back. It's not a massive track, but you get the idea. 1.6 seconds away from Way, so he's too far away to get any type of good speed boost now, which is unfortunate. But we're also way ahead of Jerome and David here. They're like 3 seconds behind us.
50.7.
Pretty consistent with the lap times. Everything's going smooth. And pretty much, I mean, we've been sitting here for like 20 laps now, so we can try and work our way up to Way at the front here, but really we're just going to keep plugging away. Probably end up finishing here, but bring him the heat if we can. Could try and take the win away if we can. We'll keep lapping here. We are on lap 20 of 30. You can start to see the wheels are getting a little bit slidey now. The tyres are starting to feel it. You're going to hear it. And listen in the corner, the sliding of the rubber. Especially here, ready? Alright, so I've noticed that it's starting to pick up a little bit. Here we go. Rudolph is out of the pits with Lucas. And look at him right in front of Way. Now I'm watching this because you get a blue flag when you're that far behind, which means get out of the way of the leaders. Well, technically in iRacing the rules are the leaders you're getting notified the leaders are going to safely pass you soon. Keep that in mind. It is our job to safely pass. And I'm like, yes, it's going to stop this guy up. But turn 1 is the perfect spot to pass. You know what would be the worst spot to pass and get stuck behind a lap car? Is right now, and guess who's stuck behind him? We are. Rudolph v. Braden, or Swolabear, whatever you want to call it. I just can't get that cool name in the game. Here we go. Got a good run. Okay, surely he's going to let us up the inside here, isn't he, boys? It's like the only decent part of the track here, and surely he should just tap the brakes, get out of the way, let us pass. But no, he wants to go with us, doesn't he? And we get too much on the juice and lose it. Now, there was some swear words spoken out loud, which I have, in fact, muted. And look at that, boys. Now we're back. Bang, bang. People passing us, people passing us, people passing us.
Oh, bullshit.
Because Rudolph wanted to try and go side by side and race us when he's about 16 laps behind. And he should just let us pass and carry on with his own race. But anyway, here we are. Here we are. Trying to race up again. But now the race is on. After a cruisy 24 laps,
we need more speed. Don't
guaranteed second.
Just concentrate harder. 6th place.
We're back in 6th place when we were guaranteed to have second. Unbelievable. Tyres getting worn. That's why when we really mashed this throttle, it was our fault. I mean, he doesn't have to hit the brakes, but if it was me, I would have just like got out of the way, let them pass, not try and race alongside. Like, what is this corner? It's like there's one line. What are you going to do? Got 2 cars around there? Anyway, it's done. It's done. We're racing now. And we got to try and catch these guys with 6 laps to go. We're 1 second away, so we will get a tiny bit of a speed boost. The closer we get, he'll break a hole in the air more. We can see 0.9 away down in the corner. But he's also getting a speed boost, so we don't gain anything on him.
That was 50.8.
Yeah, he's going a bit wide. These two are really racing. They've probably been going hard at it the whole race. Meanwhile, we've had a chill little outing, haven't we? But now it's on. Exactly how we wanted it. To get crashed out and have to come back. But anyway, and look at the tyres. You see it sliding? Especially in this next corner. Like, we've got 11 seconds to the guy behind, so we're ages away. It's just, can we get these last 2 before the end? Ready? Listen to the tyre screech. Watch this, watch this. Look at that. The front, it just wants to spin around now. Like, the tyres are really, really gone. Really gone. All those right turns, just been breaking them. Now we're getting close. 0.5 away.
You've just done a 50.7.
And we're right on it. So now the race is on. We've got 4 laps to go. We just got to try and get these guys to make it a nice finish towards the end and redeem everything that's happened so far. Well, nothing really happened. It was just we got crashed out. That's the only eventful thing, wasn't it? And the start, I guess. Down the back straight we go. And still in 6. Again, tyres sliding. Everyone's starting to feel it. This guy went a bit too happy on the gas pedal there, and he did what we said before. When you start to spin, he's sliding in the corner. This is our chance, boys. We have to go for the run. We got to get close. The guy in front's trying to get out of the way there, so that you can't get the draft, the slipstream in the air. And we have
Come on, Brayden.
Newman
Push. We
with
can get
3
this guy.
laps to go out the stick. So we've gained 1 spot, boys. That's pretty good. Now we're in 5th. Not too bad after all this, considering. But in front of us we have David. In front of him we have Juan. And guess who is back? We look on the relative board down there in the blue. Because obviously he's over a lap down. Or at least a lap down. Rudolph is back, boys. Rudolph Dombrowski.
The guy behind's really new in. The gap's now 2.6.
Oh, tyres sliding around there again. Nearly crashed it. And that kind of ruined us because now they got quicker out of the exit. So we've only got 3 laps to go. We're going to run this through to the end. Can we catch them? Slow laps now. Slow laps. This tyres slipping around. We can see that terrible colour scheme of Rudolph ahead. What is it? Green and red. Who matches green and red? Let's be honest. Anyway. Everyone else rocking some pretty cool colour schemes. Some pretty cool liveries. Into the jump corner for the 28th time this race. Look at him. Wine's too easy on the gas pedal. Starting to happen too wide. And now he's disappearing from internet lag. That's what we want. And now we're right on his ass. This isn't KSI. We're not kissing KSI this time.
The car in front is.
It's just David instead. Oh, look at this. It's on, boys. It's on. They're all over the shop. I'm watching this. I'm thinking, oh, they're going to crash. They're going to crash.
2 laps remaining.
An epic race. 2 laps to go. People sliding around here. One's defending. Whatever you'd want to do, you'd want to do anything except for get in the way of this, wouldn't you? Like if you're a back marker and you've already kind of got in the way of someone and made them crash when they come to 2nd place, the last thing you want to do is get in the way of someone having a big battle in the last 2 laps of the race, wouldn't you? Like that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, we're going down the back straight. Coming really fast that corner. Not too bad though. We're all over the back of him. And uh-oh. This ain't looking good, boys. Rudolph is back with 1 lap to go. I'm seeing this unfold on my... This is unbelievable. Surely he's going to get out of the way, isn't he? Surely he's not going to block everyone in the first corner like this and hold them all up. Surely not. But here we are again. Now, I could have dived up the inside there, to be honest, but I didn't want to wreck anyone. I think that guy expected it too. And like, imagine if I would have crashed out. I like to be conservative where most people are a bit too aggressive in this game. I'm like, nah, I'll get him. Not really thinking that there's not many corners that can happen. Maybe this one. So whatever we do, we have to get a good run and then dive to the inside. But he blocks it. He jumps out. I don't know if he meant that on purpose. But look at this. We're in a traffic jam behind Rudolph.
Rudolph, come on.
And even David said, Rudolph, come on. And this is how we're going to finish. And Rudolph now hits the brakes.
Come on, man.
P5.
Making us all nearly crash on the finish line. What a race, man. We literally had 2nd. And this guy, he just likes to cause some ruckus, doesn't he? These cars at Lime Rock are pretty nuts. Because they do skids and stuff all the time. And now it's worth checking out the races. Here we go. Gets tapped, spins around. Turn 1. Obviously just going to cause carnage. There's people everywhere. And again, he's back. Mashing the throttle, boys, over the jump. What I've been telling you. You don't be doing that. And he's just going to keep it going. His car's a wreck already, to be honest. This is the guy that we end up racing towards the end. He's blinking around everywhere. That's not the track, and that is not how you get back on the track there, number 9. Interesting. Now, you just wouldn't want to, like, block the track right now on a blind corner when people are about to come over the hill. Yeah, just like that. It's something you probably wouldn't want to do. Look at that glass shattered, everything. Man. Pretty silly move, to be honest. Punching the throttle over the jump, boys. People will never learn. Or out of corners. I mean, that's hard. They're hard cars to drive, so that's fair enough. Again, he's not going to mash the throttle, is he? No, he's just going to go a little bit off the road. That's fine. He's not going to mash the throttle again, is he? Yes, he is. Nearly perfect line across where the other guy crashed before. I don't know if it's the same number or not. That is a cool livery. Light blue. Oh, man. Unbelievable, though, that race, eh? Rudolph strikes again. It's like, you're that far behind. You're not racing anyone, man. Like, just slow down, get out the way. You're not going to do anyone harm that way. But some people, I think they just freak out, you know. And here's KSI. Lovely livery, this one. Look at that face. Do you want to, like, hug it or smash it in the rear end? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know what the guy's going for. And that's pretty much the races there. We're going to look on what exactly Rudolph was doing. So this is in front of the leader when we first come into picture with him. As you can see, he passed him at the perfect spot. And then goes super wide. I don't know why he just didn't tuck in behind him. Because now he's like... He could have followed him at least, you know, a little bit. But now... He's slowing right up. And guess who's right behind him, boys? That's us! Now, I've got the run. He's coming way too shallow. We've got the run. Now, you can hear me. I'm coming up the inside. Just, if you're on the outside, tap the brake right now. That's all you got to do, man. That's all you got to do and let us go through. But no. Bunch of throttle. Too sharp with the tyres. I don't know where he's trying to go, man. Get over to my side of the road so I can be on the real line where you're meant to be. Not like just... Like, how is this going to go? 2 cars into this corner. Even if we did fit, like, I was just going to be held up. Crazy, like... Anyway. There it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to click the other 2 videos on screen if you want to check those out. And I will see you guys next time.